Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today on Net Builders, the Entrepreneurs Network. We're having Drinking with Entrepreneurs today, and we got a guest host here, Joaquin Cruz. We hope to see more of him on this web series. So Cruz, introduce yourself. Let everybody
Hey
know.
guys, how's it going? Oh, sorry. All right, cool. Hey guys, my name is Josh Cruz. Actually, I go by Josh, but my name is Joaquin Cruz, and I am the owner of Cruz Imaging Solutions. And what my company is about is actually creating an interactive digital environment which can serve all kinds of industries, may it be from hospitality to pharmaceutical. I mean, you name it. Honestly, we are your one-stop shop to actually increase your viewership and everything else.
Perfect. And I got to see a bunch of your work, and I have to say it is amazing watching that work and watching you bring these environments to life. We're definitely gonna put the link to your website in here, so
All
then you
right.
guys, the guys, that viewers or listeners, you guys could check it out because it is amazing. I mean, if you thought that you've seen 3D building before, you haven't seen anything. The interaction is amazing. So yeah, we're happy to have you there today, Cruz. And we were just talking previously before we pressed the record button about entrepreneurs and their priorities. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's a topic in a conversation that I think all of the viewers need to listen in on. And if you guys have any questions or if you have anything that you want to chime in, drop them in the comments. We would love to address them and talk about it even further. So what were we talking about? Priorities.
Priorities.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
that's definitely a big topic, right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I mean, so it's really interesting because you and I have obviously talked about the whole priorities deal, and you've actually been there for the majority of my journey into where I am right now. So you've seen me
Definitely.
do all the do's and don'ts, more don'ts I think than anything else. But priorities. So I mean, where should we start on priorities? I mean, there's so many. What are some of the fundamentals
Well,
that
it's
we start
a
on?
lot of I think the two biggest priorities that entrepreneurs don't realize that they really have to commit to is time and money.
Time and money.
Time and money.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of it a lot. I mean, I like to consider myself as a seasoned entrepreneur, but it's
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
but
Of course.
time is my biggest problem because
Mm,
we all know as an entrepreneur, 6 o'clock it's not time to clock out. You don't clock out. You still got stuff to do. I make my list every day of things that I need to get done. And then sometimes when 6 o'clock comes up, I grab a beer and I turn on my Xbox or turn on a movie.
of course.
And then the next day, I punch myself in the face because there was three things on that list that I didn't get done.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think one of the biggest things as an entrepreneur is that you have like this list, it's like a mountain of a list of things that you absolutely have to do, and you can just get distracted so easily. And I think that's where the priorities really come into place. And you were saying that so it's time and money, you said.
Yes, yes, definitely money.
Time. So time and money for sure. So let's address time first. So I think so I actually have a really good story. So I actually have a friend of mine right now who's wanting, actually she is very much on the way to becoming a business owner. She got her LLC, and she said, "Oh man, I'm just waiting to get my camera." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, so what's stopping you?" And she said, "Oh, well, I got to get my business card. I'm sorry, my business credit card first, so that I can purchase what I need to." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. So what else are you doing?" And she goes, well, I'm just waiting for my business card.
Oh man.
And I said, so you mean to tell me that there's nothing else you can do to support your business in the meantime?
Oh man.
I mean, there's so many things. And it's funny because she did mention that, oh, well, you know, I even have a couple of people that want me to shoot their weddings, or, you know, or to do their portraits or whatever it is, right? And I was like, okay, cool. So how many more people? And she didn't really say anything. And I'm like, hey, listen, the one thing that you're going to recognize as a business owner is that there's always a task to be done, and you need to find them.
Yes.
Because there's always something that you can be doing. So when it comes to prioritizing time, if there is something, if you find yourself in a position where, oh, well, I'm just kind of waiting for this, or I'm waiting for that. Okay, while you're waiting on that, what else do you need to be doing? And I think a lot of people, you know, that's kind of a hard concept to really grasp in general. And trust me, I've been mastering that as I go. It does take time, but at the same time, it takes somebody maybe who's been doing it for a little bit longer to tell that person. And I was more than happy to be that person to tell her that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think that mentality comes from the traditional 9-to-5 thinking, because you're told at your job, 9 to 5, this is what you're supposed to be doing. These are the tasks that need to be done. And if you finish those tasks early, what are you doing for the rest of the day? There's no point that you going above and beyond and doing anything else. You're not going to get paid extra for doing anything extra. But you know, a lot of entrepreneurs have to understand that you get out of your work or out of your business what you put into it. And one of the biggest things you can put is time. Your time. While you're sitting around waiting, that's one thing that I never accept for myself. What are you doing right now? Waiting for stop. You're not waiting for anything.
You know, exactly. You're waiting for your business to fail is what you're waiting on.
That's exactly what you're waiting for.
Exactly.
And success loves speed. Success loves speed.
Yes.
So if you find yourself waiting, stop. There's something you could be marketing. If I ever run into a day where I was supposed to be doing this, or something was supposed to be happening but didn't fall through, I'm going to the drawing board, because I know that there's some content that I could be making for my social media. There's some messages I could be sending out, and here's this, entrepreneurs. You never have nothing to do, because of the fact that even if you're waiting for business license, what you should be doing is building your network. That is what Net Builders is designed for. Building your network. You should always be building your network, creating a everlasting network of people that not necessarily just clients. Build a network of competitors, because you can learn from them all the time. And that's true. Yeah, most competitors aren't asses. Like, they really aren't. Like, some people, especially people that's been doing what you're doing in your industry for a while, if you come to them and ask them questions, they won't look at you as a threat. They'll look at you as, yeah, sure, let me put you under my wing. I'll teach you all I know. Sure, teach me then.
Exactly. And you know, actually, to speak on that point, actually, so Steve Jobs, right? So if, you know, don't quote me exactly, but from what I understand, one of Steve Jobs' ways of seeing things was, you know, he has never really been in a position where he didn't, where he asked somebody to help and they said no. You know, and I think that's important, especially for new business owners as well too. And you know, that may not be 100% true, but at the same time, you know, it's you know what, it's true. I don't know how to do this. Let me look at somebody who's been doing it for a while, and let me have a conversation. People are always willing to have conversations no matter what, you know, especially people, you know, people that are successful are always willing to have that conversation, because you know what, at the end of the day, that's a form of legacy, is that they can say, hey, you know, I actually showed this person how to do it because they had the balls to actually come up and talk to me. I'm, you know, I'm not trying to toot your own fucking horn over here, but you know, you're that person for me, because there's a lot of things that you're doing that has actually brought in results. And actually, let's use that as a little bit of a segue as well too, when it comes to time as well too, is knowing how to use your time correctly, right? And priorities.
Busy work and productive work, being busy and productive.
Exactly. When it's productive, it actually brings something back to the table. It gets results. And as a business owner, you know, you start to realize really fucking fast, like, hey, this is getting me results. This isn't doing shit for me, because I'm in the same place now that I was last week. And I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be like that. But to speak on what you were saying, I think a lot of people bring that over from the working the 9 to 5, getting paid for their time versus getting paid what they're worth.
Ooh, I love that.
You know, and that's something that I've definitely been, excuse me. Whew. Sorry, I've had a couple, obviously. This is Entrepreneurs Drinking, everybody. But yeah, no, bringing over that mentality from that thing in particular, you know, it's just, it's very harmful, and it is a difficult cycle to break out of.
Yeah.
You know, so I really like that, you know, that point that you brought up.
Yes, I appreciate that. That's generational, you know. One of the biggest problems that entrepreneur has, I'm a little bit off topic right now, but one of the biggest problems that an entrepreneur has is that lack of support. And it's hard to get support from family.
Well, a lot of people are afraid to ask for it too.
Exactly. And that's pride, you know. Entrepreneurs have to get rid of pride. If you go into your business pridefully, I mean, it's great to poke out your chest at what you've accomplished.
Exactly.
That's great, you know. But
of course,
but to ask for help, you know, ask for help. You know, there's groups on Facebook. There's different people that you've seen do it. Like, one of my favorite things to do.
Hey Stu. The self-made man is a myth.
I agree.
The self-made man is a myth. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh my God.
100%. The self-made man is a myth. So I'm just supporting what you're saying. Continue.
I had to pull the Schwarzenegger out. And nobody can argue with the governor.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
No one can argue with him.
Get to your business.
The point of that is ask for help. You know what I mean? Ask for help. Network, ask for help. You know, yeah, time is a huge thing. Time is something entrepreneurs. Listen, if you're running your business, or if you have a business and you haven't gotten to sell, but you can tell me everything about Grey's Anatomy because you just sat there and binge watched every episode, you're not running your business. You're not working your business. And especially as a solopreneur, if you're doing everything, you're wearing too many hats for you. I mean, I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself.
Well, real quick, before you move on, let's break that down. What would you say is the difference between an entrepreneur and a solopreneur? Because, believe it or not, I've actually been making a lot of connections on LinkedIn, and one in particular was, hey, I'm actually a solopreneur. And that was actually the first time that I heard that term. I'm a solopreneur, and I don't need your service in particular, but I know other people that do.
Okay.
So what's the difference between those two?
All right. So an entrepreneur is like you. As of right now, you hold a position as a solopreneur, but as you expand and you scale, your business will require for you to have more employees under you, whether they be independent contractors or if they be employees.
That's true. So I've actually moved past the solopreneur because as a matter of fact, I have you as a partner as well. And I also have my partners up in Ireland as well that do the majority of my social and web presence and create content for me to actually go on and promote my business. So you're right. You're absolutely right. So I would be considered an entrepreneur versus a solopreneur.
Exactly. A solopreneur is say like a virtual assistant. They never have, they fall more into a freelance category. They never have aspirations or intentions on ever having to hire. So if their workload gets too heavy, they'll just cut everybody else off.
I was gonna say they'll just drop it off. Yeah,
exactly. Or maybe they'll sublet that work out, but they have no intentions on ever being a business owner or ever owning a business. You know what I mean? Having employees.
But okay. So I was gonna say, so you mean to tell me, so you have, let's talk about this in levels then, right? Okay. So you have your 9-to-5 employee. They're getting paid for their hours, for the hours that they put in.
Yes.
Then you have a solopreneur that's getting paid for their value, but they're content with just that particular little bit.
Yeah, well,
right there.
But you have to think, if they're getting paid for their value, they do have a level of freedom that the 9-to-5 doesn't have. They have the freedom to be able to take vacations, and some people are happy.
But that's why we're grading it, though. So yeah, you're.
But that's
why we're grading it.
That's also a monetization for them. That's also value for them. Some people never want to be business owners. They want to stay at that solopreneur because to them the most important thing is being able to control that schedule, being able to have that time.
Okay.
So that's what you think.
So would you say being a solopreneur versus being an actual business owner? Because when we think of business, right, business has a lot of moving components. Right, a business has a lot of moving components. So you've got your 9-to-5, you're paid for your hourly, and then you've got your solopreneur, which is paid for their value, but they control everything.
Yes,
they control everything. They can expand in the terms of they can work with that person, and they can get all the clout, and they can be a consultant or whatever it is, and they can get paid big bucks.
Yes,
but would you say that actually being an entrepreneur at the higher business level, where you're creating relationships and getting people to help you build your things, and you have all these sections, would you say that that's like the highest form of, these are the people that are going to be in the top 1%?
Yes, I definitely say so. And the main reason why is because as a solopreneur, you can only do so much as you can possibly do. So you put a cap. You put a cap on your earning potential.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you put a cap on your earning potential, because once you go over your threshold of how many clients you can have, because there's only 24 hours in a day, then what do? Now you can, like I said, sublet that out, which can keep income coming in, but who's to say that who you subletted that out to isn't going to steal your future business?
Right.
So that's always risky. Now, as an entrepreneur or a business owner, your income is not capped. And also some things come with that. Typically, solopreneurs usually stay in the realm of just getting an EIN number and, staying as an independent contractor or such. Business owners usually go with that LLC, S Corp, or C Corp, which takes the liability off of them. So there's a certain risk issue that they have there too. As a solopreneur with just the EIN, if you mess a job up or you do something wrong or anything like that, and you get sued, now they're coming after your direct assets.
Exactly.